It's Geekazine special coverage of Blog World New Media Expo, Voices of New Media, and it's brought to you by the folks over at Stitcher, smart radio for your smart mobile device. Continuing coverage of Blog World New Media Expo, Jeffrey Powers with Geekazine.com and Stitcher Smart Radio for your smart device here. And we're at Blog World New Media Expo 2011, and we've got Scott Monty here with Ford and social media. Now, they had your chief media officer, chief marketing officer did a keynote last night.
That's right.
And he said some pretty interesting stuff. The big things about the monetization and how social media is really picking up the ball and going from there. And it was really exciting to hear that, especially in new media, especially for all us podcasters and videocasters out there. And anything you want to share with that or add with that?
Well, I think the point, not only for Jim being here, but the point he was trying to make is that when you're putting the brand in the hands of your customers, so much of it is happening on social media. People are their own publishers. They've got their own shows, so to speak. And we have to be comfortable enough with the products that we're making. We're making great vehicles at Ford with some really great technology features in particular, that when we do release those into the wild, we embrace the content that people create. We encourage them to continue to create more, and we figure out a way to weave it into kind of some of the official stuff that we're doing, but let them have the voice.
Yeah, definitely. And there's so many voices out there, and it's just amazing how much just interaction you can get and feel that you're getting some interaction from a company such as Ford or any company out there that's really delving into the new media, situation. I love that, and that's what makes you guys so great. But what also makes you guys great is the fact that you're putting that same idea into your cars. I mean, 3 years ago when we were at CES, I first interviewed you guys, and I saw the initiative there. Been out to the Ford plant many times. I've seen it. Was out to TechCrunch last month, talked to a good friend of mine, Peter from Bug Labs, where you guys were working with him for that type of initiative, working with my good friends here at Stitcher and putting that in the car. It's just so amazing. Why don't you tell people a little bit about how Stitcher Ford is relationship is starting to progress?
Sure. I think one of the things that's exciting about Sync is not only does it allow you to use whatever device that you bring into the car, but it also gives you available apps to use on your device but through the car. So you're not sitting there trying to fumble with your phone. You're actually doing the interface you're doing the interaction through the car's interface. So you can do voice controls, or you can do touchscreen in a very safe environment. And with Stitcher, Stitcher is great because I think so much of what people want today is the specific content that they want when they want it. It's on demand, right? And traditional radio, even satellite radio, doesn't give people exactly that. Yeah, you can try to narrow in on the type of content, but whether you're getting it when you want and delivered, say during your commute, it doesn't necessarily work that way. So Stitcher, very much in the line of traditional podcasts, you subscribe to the content that's right for you, and you're able to control it within your vehicle thanks to this the Ford Sync app system.
And which vehicles are they in? They're adding into more, aren't they?
They are, and I would probably do the company a disservice if I tried to tick off exactly which ones they're in right now. But the bottom line is they're in quite a few right now, and the desire is to roll them out to the entire model line.
And it's more than just Stitcher. I mean, you got a ton of great apps that are coming pretty much daily into the vehicle, and with this initiative that I saw last month, they could start to be apps that you could be people like out there could be creating.
Yeah, one of the exciting parts of the Sync system is we have an API that we've opened to developers to come up with, the next apps for in-vehicle use. It's not quite as simple as the Android app environment or even the Apple Store, the iTunes Store, because we need to first and foremost understand safety. And we need to kind of review these and see how they fit with the car environment. Even though it may be a super cool idea, we need to make sure that it's safe as possible.
Yeah, you don't want some app where all of a sudden someone says, "Watch out!" and then you get veered off into there. So, what's your favorite podcast? You're in the car, you're driving down the road. What shows do you don't have to say specific names. What types of shows are you looking for in podcasts?
I try to vary it up a little bit, obviously, and I will name a few. I love This Week in Tech, TWIT, with Leo Laporte, of course. But then I also go for more niche things that are more personal interests rather than continuing to understand the industry. I listen to a podcast called The History of Rome, that over the course of 100 some odd episodes has taken us from the inception to the decline of the Roman Empire. That's a good one. Another one I listen to is an old-time radio podcast that varies from genres, whether it's suspense or Gunsmoke or things like that, kind of bringing the old radio shows alive.
Is that Eric Chilton's?
No, you're going to put me on the spot. I can't remember exactly.
That's quite all right.
And then, of course, my own podcast, I Hear of Sherlock Everywhere.
Oh, yeah. You are big in the media space because you are big in the media space. I mean, you drink your own Kool-Aid, and that's the best part. So.
And I think that's probably one of the things that makes Ford authentic is that not only do we talk about getting involved in this space, we are involved in it. And not just me, but our engineers, our designers, our developers, these guys are embedded in the current new media space, and they're actively following it and in some cases leading it.
Yeah, I know. I have the Day in Tech History podcast, and I got several Ford employees that email me every now and then and say, "Wait a minute, was that what was that detail again? Can you be a little bit more?" Or maybe they'll even correct it because I'm collecting all this information myself, so I make mistakes every now and then. It's like, wait a minute, you might want to check that fact and correct that. It's like, oh wow, okay, so I do that. So, and that's the best part. What's your favorite part about making a podcast?
I think it's because I co-host a podcast, and for me, it's the interaction with my co-host. Yeah, we can do a lot of research, we can prep our guests and everything, but actually having that dialogue with each other, and then having the satisfaction of completed a show and hearing back from fans, which is another dialogue, what they think of it and how we can actually continue to improve the show.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And of course, it's on Stitcher, right?
There you go. Absolutely.
All right. Well, Scott, anything else that you wanted to talk about at all, or?
We're really excited that we continue to evolve the technology in Ford products. I think the new Ford Escape that you're going to be seeing just about 10 days from now, I don't know when this is going up, but when it's being recorded, 10 days from now, will be revealed at the LA Auto Show, and it's really going to be jam-packed with some top-of-the-line technology, brand new, fantastic design. We think people are going to be really excited about it, and it's already America's favorite-selling SUV.
Yeah, I can't talk about stuff because I'm under NDA, but I'll tell you that what I've seen is just completely amazing. So, and well, I'll be able to say it on Monday. So, and I can't wait for that. So, but anyway, Scott, Monty, why don't you tell people where they can find your regular podcast or your website for that?
I'll tell you where you can find more about Ford and all the things we're doing in the social space, and that is at social.ford.com. It's the Ford social site where we try to create a lot of different content for different types of people. You can actually grab badges now to kind of identify your likes and even your ownership vehicles and start to get more engaged with the content.
And then scottmonty.com, right?
Too.
Yeah. You got to promote just a little bit. Promote.
I'm here for Ford.
Yeah, I know, but I'll promote it for you because I watch your I go to your site, I watch it, and I enjoy it. So thanks a lot, Scott, for your time.
Thanks, Jeff. Pleasure to be here.
All right, there you go. Ford's just burning up the space. I put out a Twitter post last night. If you want to hear a company that's doing social media right, you go check out, and of course it'll be on the blog world and the virtual ticket. You check out this keynote because they're doing it right, period. That's it, hands down. So this is Jeffrey Powers with Geekazine.com and Stitcher Smart Radio. We've got tons more videos and touch more audio too, so stick around for that.